Good morning and welcome to the Gray Barn of Andover, New Jersey. Today we're going to visit with Jazzy Junque, vendor 48. She has a 20% off items not marked firm. There's a nice little candy dish here, $4.80 for the egg. If you see anything in this video or past videos that you need more information on, please do not hesitate to reach out and inquire. Best ways of getting a hold of us are down below this video. I prefer Facebook Messenger and Instagram Messenger are the fastest way and easiest way to get a hold of me, as well as the easiest way for me to send you pictures and information of the items that catch your eye. Sorry, we still have the fans going. It's not as hot as it was, but we're still not out of the woods, and I still don't quite have my voice back. 640 on that trivet, that's really nice. 8 on the hand mixer, plastic handles. Still working on that recovery. Says about a week to get your voice back from laryngitis, so I'm not sleeping well because I have, even with the face mask on, just 4 on that little dish there. You know, a little light still gets through because I'm keeping the lights on because they're drawn to dark areas. So these are just $5.60 each, $4.80. Excuse me. Boxes as is, $5.60 on that one, 4 on those. Oh, this is a nice little piece of redwood here for $9.60. Also running a little bit later today because we were putting a rug in one of the booths, so I have a couple of booths now that don't have nice little rugs in them. These look like Stengel. They are $5.60. So for our local folks, they know the history of Stengel. This is just a beautiful pottery. It's terracotta pottery because that's the clay you have here. This is $3.20. There are a couple of beads that are stained, but if you're looking just to get this for these, I know that's a good deal in itself to chop that one up. And again, if you're able to give me a screenshot or a timestamp, and I can come back and pull items for you, get the information for you. Might not be as quick today. It's Friday. Fridays tend to be busy here. Plus, I have a bunch of other stuff I have to pull and send pictures on for the items that you guys saw yesterday's video that we did. These are $8 each. They look like Williamsburg pottery. Let's see, mark. So nice. It might be that one that closed up out in PA. So these are the stoneware, the salt glaze, and the cobalt. And expect to see in salt glaze a slight brown to it from the oxidization of the clay, of the finish. Nice mirror if you're local, $60 on that. I'm not shipping that. So I hope to do her other booth later tonight when we close. Not sure I can get to that. There's a doily here for $4. I have my doily Fanatics, a little milk glass piece for $7.20. That one's 6 inches for $3.20. And again, this is Jazzy Junque. Take 20% off. And again, I am still Atlantic City. Oh, that's funny. That's got to be $8. That's very unusual to see a piece of art glass like this with the Atlantic City on it. Very cool. I don't see any maker's marks on that. That's pretty for our local folks. I like how it's just kind of nestled in this corner. It's very blends in there. This is neat. I can't believe this is still here. It's $14.40. This is metal, and then they painted on it these beautiful fall colors. So it's just a nice little bowl, very old. I do love this piece. I'm surprised it's still here. Here we have a bowl for $6.40. It's like hammered, just metal, kind of a off silvery color. That we are not shipping that large platter. And the reason I say that we're not shipping, we do a lot of shipping. If you watch our Wednesday night lives, a lot of our folks are people we do ship to. $4 on this one. We use, let me get this hook while I see it. We do use pirate ship, and we usually add like $1 or so depending on the cost. I mean, if it's like if it's ground and you know we're showing that it's $4.48, we charge you $4.50. But on the higher amounts, we might add $1 or $2 because my husband will spend on a large box. It can take him up to an hour to pack. So yeah, that these little owls are just $4 for the pair. The little hand carved wood guys. Move this off that shelf. This is a pretty print, not shippable. Can't quite make out the price. I can't tell if that's a 28 or it's 28. So that'd be $22.40. Very nice. Ooh, pretty piece of satin glass here for just $6.40. Transfer flowers on there. We have the days of the week, girls. We're down to just Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. They seem to be, they were almost all there at one point, and people are just buying their day of the week, which is fine. We have Mom's Helper, very cute. And again, if you do see any of the prices, take that 20% off. All this furniture in this booth is for sale. Of course, local pickup, but she does, prices are fantastic. $40 on this cute little end table in the corner. For our local folks, it's just the same thing. You can message me and just say, I really want that table in the corner. We'll pull the tag. You don't have to come running in to get it, but we can mark it sold to make sure nobody else gets it. Art glass vase for $9.60. This is really pretty. Very unusual. It's not quite interesting. Very pretty. Good price on that. Okay. And then it's 20% off the red line price, so the 12 becomes $9.60. Cannot wait till I get my normal voice back. And it doesn't hurt, it's just annoying. I have a lot of coffee up front, so I will be partaking in that when I wrap up this video. Baskets like this, Don really doesn't want to ship because the handles are very fragile, but he would do a box and a box and a ton of packing on it, so it's going to add to your weight of your shipping, but it'll get there safely. I've just got a lot of great books. And we have a lot of dollhouse furniture. And again, 20% off the prices you see. I think this would just be cute. Doesn't have to be in a dollhouse, just to like put business cards or something in. Just $3.20 on that. Looks like it's maybe missing a wire. No. Yeah, so you could use that as like a cute photo holder or something. It's just a cute little display piece. I like that one. $4.80 on our Stagecoach pencil sharpener. I got some buttons, just $2.40 on this jar. Spools for $6. Mixed buttons there, $6.40. The tiny one is $2.80. Some spools of ribbon. Some sewing notions at good prices if you're making one of those wreaths. And again, I will try to answer you as soon as I can, but we will be open soon. And once we open, it gets busy. There's a nice old pin cushion for $8. So a lot of great books in here again, and AR 20% off as well. What's that? Sotheby's collection, $4. I bet that's got some good stuff to cut up in there. And if you're asking for doilies, you're going to have to give me time, because I do have some people that are just obsessed with their doilies. So, all right, here we have a oil can that's a really great price. It still has the paper label on it, just $11.20. And that can be shipped. This also can be shipped because it's accordion. It folds up. Look at this little interesting cradle thing, $12, right? Look at this cool old piece. And it's an accordion. So it can be folded flat for you, and it opens up even a little bit more, as you can see by the little accordions. Nice stoneware jug as is. The lid has a chip on it, $19.20 on that one. So, and again, all the smalls that you see on the tables and that, absolutely shippable. These look like the Goebel, but they're not. They're Austrian. They're $8. I noticed one of the things, because I have the Goebel birds. We all got them when I was a kid. There's a little white, those little dashes to make it look like feathers. That's missing from the Goebel one. So you can see made in Austria. So these are really cute, and they're just $8 each on those. Cute little salt and pepper shaker set there. Bag of little shells. A lot of times these are $2.40. There's 3 of them. A lot of times you would see these, like the Victorian time, and that painted with souvenirs on them, like the Atlantic City or whatever was being visited. So they are absolutely adorable and can be crafted. Nice blue willow teapot. There's our 2 birds, thus making it blue willow. And that's just $8 new. So it's got one of these twisty where you gotta find the hole. There we go. So, yeah, so that one has the hole with the lock-in. So when you put your tea in there to steep, you can see it's not been used. No chip on there. And let's see who we have this as. Made in China, dishwasher safe, microwave safe. So that is a nice deal for $8. Again, it is newer, but absolutely usable. So you just line that back up, and it's got the little, you gotta line, there's 2 of them, so it's gonna be, this one's really gonna lock in, see? So that's not coming off of there. And it's got the little venting hole. So absolutely you can use that. Just remember, thoroughly, goes in the dishwasher, so you're not going to get the stains most likely on that. So again, we just visited with one of Jazzy Junque's 2 booths. These lights, I've had people ask to ship. We do not ship these. The prices in this shop are really very good. And other than our train guy and our general store, they're the only 2 vendors that do not offer additional discounts. So a lot of fun. And I will try to get to her other booth tonight, maybe after we close, and then I can load it up for tomorrow for you. We'll see how the day plays out. I don't want to make any promises that I can't keep, but I will try. So as always, have a wonderful day. And hopefully next week when I do these again, I will have my normal voice back. Enjoy the weekend.